So hello dear friends. My name is Elena Karpovskaya, and I joined the company from the very start on December 5th. If it freezes a little, I'll turn off the camera, because my internet is not very good when I share the screen. You know that I have been making money online since 2013. And often before my eyes there were companies where, for example, there was a very good product, but there was not very good marketing, right? That is, the partners either came in very well or bought this product, but it was not possible to make money from marketing, yes, and there were the opposite situations when, for example, there was very good marketing, but the product was not in demand, yes, it did not arouse interest among customers. Therefore, there also seemed to be no special earnings in this regard. So it's very important to have a product that just flies away, yes? And we know very well that at the moment in our situation that is happening in the world, the best product is money, right? That is, this is an opportunity to exaggerate our funds, because in moments of crisis, we lose a little clients, yes, because people do not have the opportunity to buy expensive cosmetics there. No matter what the most luxurious product is, if you go out into the street, meet 10 people, and ask what they want, a product or money, and the most luxurious product is rejuvenation, health improvement, and so on. And 9 out of 10 money will tell you, right? And in our company we have a very good product, yes, which, well, brings good profitability to our partners. Plus very good marketing. And let me share my screen now. So I'll turn off the video so it doesn't disturb us, right? And look, we have a product. I'll quickly say, I'll just say it again, everything about the product, everything about the legal component, about the company itself, about the founders, about the documents, yes, we had all this at our presentation yesterday. And also 2 or 3 times a week gradually. So the founder Yevgeny Levin himself gives us a lot of information. Why am I talking about the product? Because we are we kind of give product recommendations, and we have to understand that it's very interesting, right? That is, we have a very good entrance. That is, the minimum amount to work in the arbitration field is $100 or more, right? So this is available to everyone, right? That is, a very good automatic withdrawal from $10. It's also very chic, yes? And that means the approximate percentage daily is 1.7, which is approximately 35% per month higher. What does the company give us? That is, we get several types of income, right? That is, we now have 3 wallets, even, if before it was a little different, yes, now our profit is distributed in 3 wallets, that is, even in 4. That is, we are all, naturally, clients here, yes, and we make our deposits and receive daily profits, yes, which from $10 goes to our wallets. We ourselves, will make our own wallets, set, yes, and click on auto trade, on auto withdrawal, yes, and funds go out from $10 to our personal wallets once a day. Next, here we have 3 types of income. That is, the first type of income is personal sales, yes, personal recommendations. That is, we always receive 5% of all deposits of our personal partner. This could be a first deposit, it could be a repeat deposit, it could be a reinvestment. That is, you did the work once, and you get paid for it constantly. Why? Because here our deposit works out 200%. That is, when the deposit has been spent, and the person is naturally a satisfied client, he makes another deposit, or he makes a reinvestment. And from all these, body movements, one might say, yes, you always make a profit. Then this is one type of income. That is, those people who, for example, bloggers post their link, you can have 10 people, 20 people, or 100 people in your first line. And here there is very, such balanced, good marketing. Why? Because marketing itself, we will now look further, is a movement by ranks, yes, and since here, combined marketing, it turns out to be linear marketing built into a global matrix. That is, you can have as many personal partners as you like, but they are lined up in a certain way. And I say again that marketing itself encourages people to invite people both to the first line and to work in depth, yes, at any level. Why? Because we receive, depending on the rank, 3% of the network's income at 3 levels. That is, you just, imagine, yes, 33 levels, and you get 3% from each person. Again, when certain conditions are reached. Why? Because marketing, I say again, is very balanced. If you immediately entered there with $100 and received 33 levels of 3% each, then the company would not have worked for long. but the company plans to work and enter this market for a long time. And therefore, in general, everyone knows how to count money. And from your efforts, yes, and you still receive your dividends, so to speak, your, well, earnings for your work, so to speak. That is, you work in the first line, teach your people, and duplicate it all. And also you are interested in working with any leader in depth, because the depth is very good. Sometimes I worked in some projects, well, often these are very affiliate networks, they are 3-level in total. And it turns out, it seems like the work is done, and the network has already gone to the 10th level somewhere, or there to the 20th, yes, and already, as it were, but people come from the depths, because you are like their sponsor, but there is no interest in working anymore, because you don't get anything from it. Therefore, you must clearly understand that there are 33 levels, and you can move along this marketing for a very long time, yes, that is, constantly increasing your income. And for example, if your structure, for example, and you have a turnover that under you, for example, is 1 million, well, approximately, yes, otherwise he earns this million approximately 1.7% per day, yes, and it turns out, for example, that your structure, well, a million, let's assume, yes, some kind of volume. It's these people who are underneath you. Again, below you. We will talk again, because there is an overflow system here, and there are also certain conditions. Let's say people earn about $20,000 a day. You get 3% from this, that is, $600 per day. That is, this marketing, when it is a line, and when it is income from income, is the most profitable marketing. Well, at least from what I've come across, I like this marketing the most. Next, which is very important, let's first look at the arrangement. I'll open another one now, this very different slide. Why? Because there are a lot of questions about the arrangement. Look, marketing is linear, yes, but how is it built? Let's say, oh look, so let's say you're the circle on top, right? That is, you have taken your place in the structure. Once again, I want to draw your attention to the fact that you can't think long about this marketing. For example, they gave you an offer, you say, I'll be there next month, I'll have money, I'll come in then. Well, let's assume that a person answers you like this. You must clearly explain to him that here, in such marketing, you cannot think, because there is overflow, and the lower you are, the more the skirt widens. Therefore, here you need to at least stand up for $100, take a place, and then report those deposits on which you are counting on passive income. Here. And you stand here, in your structure there can only be 2 places in the first line. Do you see? 1D. And suppose you put Vajya, you put Petya, you also have Marina, you gave her your referral link, she's your personal, yes, but she's already leaving here. This means that the construction goes from top to bottom, from left to right, that is, it already goes under your personal person, that is, in this way, you also help him fill out your structure. Further above you there are sponsors who also invite. They also have limited quantities. You have some kind of sponsor who stands in front, well above you. His 2 lines are over, yes, and his personality goes into your first cell you come across. That is, a person, a new registration, he goes, falls as if from above and begins to look for the first cell he comes across from left to right. So he gets here. This Petya, whom you invited second, has already managed to invite his 2 people. He turned out to be, well, smart, right? That is, places are occupied here. You have a 4th person. Here it is, you register it. So he went and looked at the first level, but there were no places on the first level. There are no places on the second level. Where is he going? He went to the left of the outermost empty space on the 3rd level. And then the structure began to be built. And some people ask, but, for example, and for me, for example, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th levels are not filled, but I already have people at the 8th. This is some type of system error. This can't happen. This can happen, because this overflow of yours is active, yes, he invited an active person, he also invited him. He cannot stand anywhere further from you. He has his own, this is his own tree. He gave his referral direct link, a person registered with him. This person ran, and gave his person a referral link. He immediately gave the 2 a referral link. Yes. Well, that is, let's go and start building your structure in depth. Here. But this place, we are these empty spaces, they are already filled with these people, hire sponsors, and so on. I want you to understand this construction, because later we will talk about the rank system. And some people, who see that there can only be 2 places in the first line, believe that there can only be 2 personalities here. This is wrong. That is, you can have 100 personal members. Let's say you are a blogger. You gave your referral link to the public. There you have, for example, a chat for 10,000 people. And 100 people immediately registered using your referral link. They will all be your personalities, but some of them are a second earlier, some are a minute later. That is, they are in order in time. Well, in order of time, one might say, yes, they line up like this. That is, your 100 personalities, they remain your personalities, but they will fill 5 lines for you. That is, I hope that this construction is clear to you, because now we will talk about ranks. And here it is very important for us for all types of income, except for the first, ranks are important for us. I said that we have a minimum entry and a minimum amount to take a seat $100. And in order to participate in marketing, the minimum amount is $500. We have several criteria for a person to move through the ranks. Why? Once again, we will return to the fact that marketing is very balanced. In order to receive income from income, as we said, 3%, we have levels, yes, first, second, third, up to 33rd level. You see on the slide, in order to open the first 3 levels and receive income from the income of the first, second, and third lines, yes, you need to close the bronze status. How do we achieve bronze status? It's $500. You must have a personal deposit. The general partner of personal partners must have a total amount of at least $1,000, and there must be at least 2 partners. That is, you can have 10 partners here, but, for example, $100 each. Then you will become bronze status. That is, if you have 2 partners with only $100 each, well, this condition will not be met, right? That is, you need a personal deposit of $500, at least 2 partners, and a first-line volume of $1,000. Then you, for example, we also have a very good visualization system. It will be replenished. There will also be a tree. And now we only see levels, and the number of levels, yes, people. Well, for example, you see that you are bronze, you see that you already have, for example, 9 levels open and there is a serious turnover, yes, but you don't capture it, for example, right? That is, you need to move on. To further, for example, move through the rank system and reach the next level, you need to make the level silver. That is, you then capture the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 6 lines. To do this, you need your personal deposit to be $1,000, personal sales volume to be $2,000, and 3 personal partners. That's why I say that the deposit is very deposit, I say. Why do I say that marketing is very balanced? Because, oh well, there's also one criterion, we'll look at it later. But here you constantly, increase your deposit, that is, money is not washed out of the system, and you are constantly forced to work in the first line, because your personal rank depends on your personal. And they can be personal, again, someone's deposit has run out, for example, someone got sick there, someone left, someone got married, they don't have time. That is, you should not be limited, as we see, there are 12 personalities here. That is, you can, well, if possible, that is, you have, for example, large investors who can immediately make a volume of $10,000, yes, and you can have, for example, 5 personal accounts, for example, 100 each. That is, well, you know, right? That is, you can vary. That is, you don't have to, for example, connect a large number of emails, right? Well, you have to, in short, keep a balance, right? You must have volume, and you must have personalities. Well, accordingly, something always moves forward. Either your total volume of partners is moving ahead, then you just need to invite people at least to get acquainted, or you, naturally, well, the most important thing here, of course, the team volume gives the most dividends. $5,000, this is the volume of your personal partners and 4 personal partners. And so on. That is, accordingly, then we understand, you understand perfectly well that according to this matrix, the further you have a levels, yes, if in the first level you have 2, here then 4, here then 8, then 16, 32, 64, 132 and so on. That is, accordingly, when you already have the 9th, 10th, 11th levels, when you have a voluminous, good, complete structure, then these are already, well, you know, what kind of checks. That's why the construction itself is very interesting here. Why? Because not only do you build the structures yourself, plus there is teamwork here, it is beneficial to work with other branches, because you constantly receive overflows from above. That is, it is advantageous to work as one team here when the background is good. You know, there are companies where, for example, this is my parallel branch, I won't work with it, right? And you are there, who is your sponsor, and so on. Here it is beneficial to work with everyone, because a person can be on top, yes, and can further invite, and all this can fall into your structure, into your depth, and so on. There is also a condition here that you can take, completely open the levels, and receive 3% of the entire volume. Overflow or your personal one, yes, but the condition is that you must have at least 20% of the volume of your personal team, because it may happen that a person came, he put a large deposit, yes, for example, there, well, he took it, for example, he put his deposit 10,000, put 25,000 there, and, again, I made multi-accounts in the first line, which are prohibited here. Let's talk about this now too. And he simply put 6 people in his first line again, if the turnover under him, for example, is 5 million, yes, and he easily gets 3%. No, this cannot happen here, because, firstly, the personal team's turnover must be at least 20%, and plus, multi-accounts are prohibited here, that is, everything is clearly monitored by bots, including IP addresses, or devices, and so on. If you come, well, go into different ones, for example, you made multi-accounts, then the bot will block you and you will be, well, terminated. Again, I can't say that right away, because, naturally, I will sort this out, so you better not take risks and best of all, don't do this, yes, because you don't need these extra problems. The company clearly warns that multiple accounts are prohibited, and that the company is monitoring this. The next type of income is very interesting. That is, look, how is everything built? So this is instant profit, right? That is, every moment you worked with a person, and you receive 5%. So you have enough for bread today, right? That is, you invited a person, worked, that's it, you got some pretty penny, yes, 5% of his deposit, and you can already buy something for yourself today. Beyond 3% of the system, yes, that's your faucet. Yes, which first gives you a drop. That is, first you are bronze, then you are silver, you have so much structure there, then you go deeper, that's it, and your faucet, it constantly seems to be increasing, yes. Well, this is also such a trickle, yes. Here it's the kind of money that just arrives to you, well, like some kind of bonus, yes. So he says that's what they say, a cashback system. That is, for you this is also calculated from the structure that is under you, but again you have conditions, you must have a certain status and a certain rank, plus 20% of the volume that you receive here, you must have a personal team. That is, for example, you made a revolution, well, here is your structural revolution below you. Network volume is $5,000. You are credited with 2% simply as bonuses, yes, that is, which you can simply withdraw immediately. And all this happens for 3 wallets. That is, your affiliate rewards are accrued in your affiliate wallet, your 3% network rewards are accrued in one place, and your cashback is accrued in another place. That is, you can track all this in your personal accounts, both in the Telegram version and on the website. And look, again, here you have bronze, silver, and so on. And this is how compression is done again, right? Look, because you are paid for turnover. That is, look, for example, you have a turnover of 5,000, you received $100, right? The turnover is 15,000, you already got it for 5,000, right? You have for 15,000, there should be a cashback of $300, but you have already received for 5,100, that is, for 15,000 you get the balance, you get $200. And, accordingly, here, according to statuses, the maximum withdrawal amount in 24 hours is also $1,000, right? For example, if you are on silver, yes, and receive cashback, you can also withdraw no more than $2,000 per day. Here. And so on. That is, all this is also here. Now I'll show you around the office a little, and we'll probably answer questions, because, in principle, marketing itself is quite simple, right? That is, everything seems to be clear here, I think. And look, now I'll show you my office quickly, yes, so that you understand. In principle, the Telegram version has a slightly different interface, but, in principle, everything is clear. That is, we are now turning on a lot of new cabinets, yes, they are not fully turned on yet, but various different options are already being connected. That is, look, right now, for marketing, we have, look, network. That is, here are all these 2 tabs, they don't work yet, the middle, but we can look at the affiliate program and the network program. Here. Look, here you get the number of partners, in my case there are 13 partners. And what about the personal network volume, right? Affiliate accruals. That is, we can withdraw the asset. If we, for example, are talking about arbitration, then here we set up automatic withdrawal, right? That is, we can replenish and we can set up automatic withdrawal, link your personal wallets here, put a reinvestment or not, yes, and every day you receive an automatic withdrawal from $10. We have cashbacks here, right? That is, we see my structure ranks, yes, cashbacks. This is a very interesting qualification model, right? That is, we see that the volume of my structure is, such and such, yes, and that this is a 100% ratio. The required volume is 2%, right? That is, there should be such and such a structure. And the volume of the entire network is 100%. That is, you will have your own statistics. That is, I have this volume, it's all kind of my personal, yes, well, my team. I'm not saying that I personally invited it, but it's all sort of an organic volume. That is, there is no overflow here. This is not a 100% personal team. That is, in your case, you will already have 100%. For example, this percentage is yours, but it should be 20%. I see, right? Here. Well, basically, I've already explained everything. I think everything is clear. I also wanted to show you the hotel. We are now leaving from 19 to 26 for Montenegro. We will have a very large event for 160 people plus one, that's 320 people. The company has fully booked the entire hotel. Very beautiful. We have a very interesting program of events. And it turns out that the next event will be in Turkey, yes, for those who, for example, didn't have time now. There is all this description in our network programs, yes, that is, in the offices and in the application. It will be Turkey, in my opinion, from the 27th. The conditions, in my opinion, are to make $100,000 and $100,000 of volume in the first line, because we had Thailand in March. We had a condition to make 50,000. Right now there are not 30,000 here, in my opinion, right? Then 50 and now 100, because the days are all, well, increasing. We had 5 days there, now 7 days. 7 days. And in Turkey, in my opinion, there will be more. That's why I think it's very good here. Now I'm taking my screen. That's why I think that it's a very good product, very good marketing, a good movement, as it were. People respond very well to marketing, to the product, to events, and every 3 months. And I would really like, of course, to move with a community that makes money, develops, travels together, and so on. That is, there are very good promising, as it were, plans, yes, and everyone is moving in a very good mood. And now there will be an event, so let's ask questions. Maybe there are some left on marketing. And I also invite everyone who congratulates everyone who did a promo for Montenegro. Naturally, we'll see you there. And I also invite everyone to Turkey.